What's up and welcome guys to One Oak Mentoring. You guys already know the number one, numero uno virtual team mentoring service, commodity, program, entity in the entire galaxy. How y'all guys doing today, man? Finally back with y'all again. I'm trying to stay on this. I know I'm looking kind of sweaty on here, man. Y'all probably think I've been out like, I don't know. Y'all probably think I've been like shining shoes or I don't know, man. Riding around with no AC. But I do look a little sweaty, man. I look a little dusty right now. But y'all don't worry about that, man. It's hot out there, man. So if y'all see a lot of glistening going on my forehead, I've been working hard, right? All right, but today, guys, I'm gonna be talking to you guys about another aspect of my job, and it's called the location sheet, right? All right, and the location sheet is it's basically like this sheet of paper, right? And it's like kids' names, right? Just say you got 4 kids' names, right? So you got 4 kids' names, right? It looks kind of like a grid or a graph or whatever, right? But just stay with me. I'm gonna try to explain it to you. I meant to get one or get like a example and show you guys, right? But I forgot or whatever. So with the location sheets, right? Basically, what is used for is to like show the location of the kid at that point in time, right? So you got this is like on first and second shift. There's like 15-minute increments, right? So let's say first shift starts at well, it technically starts at 7, but really 7:15, right? So you got a column for 7:15, a column for 7:30, a column for 7:45. Y'all get where I'm going with this, right? So that's like all the way across the sheet, right? Okay. And what that mainly is for, I mean, of course, it's for the location, right? But it's kind of like, if something happens, like, an incident or something, then we can like go back to the sheet and look, like where that kid was, right? Or if a kid like runs away or something like that, the kid say, hey, it's an airplane, and you look up, you're looking for an airplane, and you look back and the kid done took off running, right? All right. So it just kind of just tells, like where that kid last was, and I mean, it's a group home, man. So you always want to make sure you got the location of the kids, right? And one thing about the location thing that they really like stress when you really start, right, is like you always want to know where the kids are. At all times, you have to know where these kids are, right? So let's kind of break this down, right? They want you to know where these kids are at all times, right? So when you start getting comfortable at this group home, this is something that you're not supposed to do, man, but I'm just telling y'all how it goes. So when you start getting comfortable at the group, well, when you first get the group home job, I mean, you got the book in your hand, the whole time you looking you're not checking every 15 minutes, you checking every 5 minutes to make sure all the kids, you're a good little staff, right? You're a good little staff. You're looking around, you're making sure the kids there, So then as time goes on and you start getting stressed out and you start getting frustrated coming into work, I'm just joking, but you do get stressed and frustrated, right? Or you get burnt out. So then you just start getting, when you start getting comfortable with things in life, right? You kind of like ease, I'm getting a little comfortable, right? You know what I mean? Y'all know what I mean, man. So, kind of like when you're trying to get in shape to get that girl you like or get that, whatever. And then, you get them and then you kind of get comfortable, right? So you're not going to the gym as much, you're not dressing up as much because you done got comfortable, right? All right. So when you get comfortable with the paperwork, right, what people start to do is instead of like filling out every 15 minutes, because at 7:15 you're supposed to look around. All right, this person is there, right? So then you kind of start getting comfortable, right? So now instead of every 15 minutes, now it's every 30 minutes, right? You're like, oh, I know where they are. I remember where them kids was, man. I can kind of think of where that kid was, man. Yeah. So then you get a little more comfortable, right? So now I'm not filling the paperwork like every 30 minutes, maybe every hour and 30 minutes, right? I can remember, I'm not dumb. I know where this kid. It's 12 kids in this house. I know where every last one of them was like 2 hours ago, right? Exactly where they were, right? Do you see what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, all people do it, I mean, I hope they don't, I hope I don't get in trouble for that. But, everybody gets comfortable with that, man. All right, yeah, I know where they was. I didn't seen some people, some people, it's me sometimes. Sometimes it's just so much going on, man. I might go like a couple hours, man, and just be like, dang, now. So I had to get with my staff partner. Okay, now where were we at 12:30? You know, kind of stuff like that, right? Teamwork, right? All right, but let's focus on this paperwork thing, right? Okay, so you start getting comfortable, right? And you're not documenting exactly what happens, right? So then what could happen is like, what if a kid like comes up missing, right? Or what if y'all about to go to lunch or y'all about to go to dinner and there's still a kid in the restroom, right? You know, I've seen where, you know, people go to lunch and they're eating and everybody having a good time, man. You know, they getting extra condiments and stuff. They getting extra cheese, extra all this, man. Everybody eating good, man. Everybody happy. And then there's always that one kid that looks around and say, hey, where's such and such? And then the staff, you like, where is such and such, right? Now that's not a really good feeling, you know, to know that you left a kid, you know. So what you want to do is you want to hurry up and make sure you get that kid, you know, definitely, right? I've had kids just come in like nobody even noticed, and they just come in like, hey, why y'all leave me? I was like, oh, man, I thought, I'm looking at the staff partner, they looking at me. I thought, yeah, you know, especially if there's a lot of kids and there's a lot going on, like, you know, a lot of, there's a lot of situations and things like that going on. You know, it's very easy, to get sidetracked and kind of, you know, like forget about a kid. I mean, sounds kind of terrible, right? Or another thing that can happen is like when the supervisor comes in and they ask you, where a certain kid is, right? Now this has happened to me like maybe like once or twice where they asked me where a kid was, and I just, you know, if I didn't know within 3 seconds, I was just like, oh, they're in the bathroom. I know that's bad to say, right? But the good thing about it is once I say that, I'm on it. Like, is this kid really in the bathroom? Where is this kid? Most of the time they are in the restroom or something like that. You know what I mean? So yeah. But okay, yeah, back to this paperwork thing. Okay, so how it is like just a little bit of space, like under every column, there's like a little bit of space. So you just like put an initial, right? So most of the thing is like M stands for like milieu. So the milieu, that's kind of like the living room, man. Y'all got a living room or a den or something like that, but we call it the milieu, right? Now I've never heard the word milieu until I started working the place I'm working at now. I mean, I'm sorry, man. I'm not as cultured as I guess I might have needed to be to know what a milieu is. But yeah, you know, it's kind of weird to spell too. I've spelled that wrong many times. So they got M for milieu, right? Okay, they got S for school, right? Okay, so S for school, right? And then they got B for bathroom, okay? They got O for outing, right? You know what I mean? So then they got K for kitchen, right? They got T for transport. They got V. I'm impressed with myself, like how I'm just like actually remembering these things. They got V for like this if you're on like a visitation or something like that, right? So okay, I'm throwing myself off. Okay, V for visit. Okay, did I say O for outside? I don't know if I said that right, but okay, yeah. And when you have your location sheets, now what we're supposed to do is wherever you go, just say if you're in the milieu and then, okay, we're about to go to the gym. Oh yeah, G for gym. So we go to the gym, right? So we go to the milieu and then we go to the gym, right? All right. So if we're going from the milieu to the gym, right? Some people will, you know, carry their book. Like if they're a goody two shoes, no disrespect, or if they're like a new staff or like a real strict or like, there's no disrespect to them, you know, each people do their own thing, right? So if they're that type of staff, you know, if you go from the milieu to the gym, they're gonna carry their book with them because they want to make sure. I want to make sure I know where all these kids are. You know, you might not take your book, but I'm carrying my book, making sure I know where all these kids are, right? So, I mean, that's a good thing. You know, I can't. You know, it's been years and years and years and years and years since I've like did something like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, like that's just another aspect of like the location and things like that, right? And then another thing about the location sheet is like if like there's an incident, like a very extreme incident, then that's when they're really gonna make sure, okay, like where is this kid at? Where was this kid at this time? We had this situation at this time, so we're trying to, collect everything, get all our ducks in a row, see what's going on. So they're going back and, they're saying, okay, where was this kid at? Where was this kid at? Blah, 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 right? When you're on transports and outings, when you're off campus, normally, just like I said, if you're on a transport or outing, they'll just put like T or O. So normally we don't bring the location paperwork with us on a transport or an outing. You know what I mean? One more thing about the paperwork. What was I gonna say? Was that pretty much it? I don't know, man. Yeah. Besides, yeah. Now sometimes like, you have to make your own abbreviations, right? So if they're with their HSP or therapist, you'll write HSP, because sometimes they have like sessions and stuff like that, right? So you'll put like HSP or something like that, or just like if they gotta go to like sometimes like if they're out cutting grass, which sometimes they cut grass with the maintenance man, which I'll get into all that. Sometimes if they're cutting grass, some people might say like they might still do the outside thing, well outside, well the O is for outing, right? If they're outside, they will just put like OS or something like that. Or some people will put they'll write at the top what it means. So for instance, they'll say WJ / with John. Now John might be, a volunteer or anything out there, right? So so you gotta kind of make your own, thing like that, right? Let me see, is there anything I'm missing about this location sheet? I'm really not sure. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the whole location sheet breakdown thing. You want to make sure you know where these kids are. Make sure they're not, over here or over there. Oh yeah, one more. They got a P. P stands for pass. Pass means, oh yeah, and I left this part out too. Well, first, pass means, they're like off campus, like they're going home, which I'll break down what exactly the whole pass is and how it works. Oh yeah, another one, PR, that's the priv room, right? That's the privilege room, which I'll get into all that too, right? But what I forgot about is on third shift, right? So on third shift, like where else would they be? They're gonna be in the bed, so it's in the bed all night, right? Well, really what you have to do is, normally you're gonna put S. During the day, S means like school, but at night, S means sleep, right? So just say if a kid wakes up and goes to the restroom, you gotta document it, right? Like writing down, like, okay, kid went to the restroom at this time. But if he goes to the restroom and at a time slot, like say if he goes to the restroom at like 2:15 in the morning, if at 2:15 he's in the restroom, right, you just write R, right, for restroom, right? Now I know sometimes I say B for bathroom or R for restroom. I think we use like R at night and B during the day. I don't know why, man. But that's just like just a breakdown of like the location sheet thing. That's pretty much it, man. This is One Oak, man. Y'all have a great day, and I am